My name is Kanata Okochi. Everyone in Japan knows my father. He runs a big company, which makes me the company heir. Today, my father invited me to dinner, and I've come here straight from university, but...
Kanata-kun, you're so big now.
Already a university student? Oh, time passes so quickly. Thanks. Who is this, Dad? It's Kame-san. He used to come around a lot when you were young. Maybe you don't remember. No. Is this the guy who runs Kame Motors? So this must be his wife and daughter.
Go on, introduce yourself. This is his daughter, Ran-san.
Pleasure to meet you. My name is Kanata Okochi.
Nice to meet you. I'm Ran. Very good, very good.
Hang on. Is this an omiai? I finally figured out what our parents were up to. I'm still a university student, and she looks way younger than me, which would make her a high school student. Having said that, my parents were also betrothed to each other since they were children. It wouldn't be surprising for them to set us up at this dinner. Okay, time to run. Sorry, you'll have to excuse me. Hello? Oh, really? Oh, understood. What happened? My friend has just collapsed.
Oh no!
Apparently, he's calling my name from the ambulance taking him to the hospital. Father, Mother, I must go to the hospital to see if he's okay.
Kanata!
He's worried about his friend. What a kind boy.
Kanata, how could you do this?
Did he catch on to what we were doing? Clearly it was all a lie. Having escaped from the omiai, I walked past the family restaurant. That reminds me, I haven't eaten anything. Maybe I'll have something here. Just as I was thinking this, I heard a loud rumble. That wasn't me. I tried to find where it had come from. There was a girl wearing a uniform lying on the ground. Are you okay? I'll call you an ambulance.
I'm okay. I just collapsed from hunger.
What? All of a sudden, she stood up and bowed her head.
Sorry for startling you.
She looked at the inside of the family restaurant and said,
It looks so good.
Let me get you whatever you want.
What?
I couldn't just leave her, so I went inside the family restaurant with the high school girl. A part of me felt guilty about the lie I told about my friend collapsing.
That's delicious!
You eat a lot.
I hadn't eaten anything all day.
I see. Guess there must be some reason for that. There's gotta be a reason why a high school girl would collapse from hunger. But she used her fork and knife very elegantly, which made me think she must have learned table manners from somewhere. So, what happened?
Huh?
You don't have to tell me if you don't want to, so only if you're comfortable.
Yeah, okay. Oh, sorry, I haven't even told you my name. My name is Riko Himemiya. Thank you very much for checking to see whether I was okay outside.
I'm Kanata Okochi. So, why were you so hungry you passed out?
Well...
As I'd expected, she was the daughter of a famous jeweler. In other words, she used to be rich. But her father's company had suddenly gone bankrupt. Her father had disappeared. In order to support her mother and herself, Riko was doing several part-time jobs. Just now, she passed out from being too hungry. She must be really overworking herself.
In reality, things would be easier if I quit school and worked full-time. But Mother says I should at least finish high school.
I see. Riko's uniform looked familiar. It was the uniform from a famous city girls' high school. Given her family's current financial situation, she must be feeling quite stressed.
Thank you for the meal. I'm going to repay you as soon as I get my salary.
It's fine. It wasn't much.
That's not acceptable! I promise I'll repay you!
My friends from uni would happily take the meal.
If you don't mind, may I have your number?
Yeah, sure. When I took out my phone, her phone, which was on the table, started to ring.
I'm sorry, I have a message from my mother.
You can take the call. I can wait.
Thank you very much.
She must be worried her daughter still isn't home this late.
Huh?
As soon as she saw the message, her face suddenly went pale. Is everything okay?
message from my mother saying, "I've decided to go where your father is. Sorry for leaving you alone."
I immediately imagined the worst possible scenario. Her father had disappeared after failing in business. Her mother had followed him. Let's go.
What?
Your house. We might still make it.
Yeah, okay.
We rushed out of the family restaurant and got on a taxi. There was no sight of her mother in her apartment.
Mother?
She looked at the dark room and sat down at the entrance. Do you want to come to mine?
What?
I know you're worried about your mother, but rather than trying to figure out where your mother went and why, I think we should think about what you should do next. You have your own life.
Kanata-san.
You won't be able to attend high school while paying rent for this place.
Yes, that's true.
Why don't you come to mine and work there? That way you wouldn't have to pay for rent or bills.
But...
We have money and spare rooms. Maybe there's a reason why you met someone with the things you happen to need. Riko thought about it for a while and decided she would come to mine to start working as a home helper. I hoped we'd manage to get in touch with her parents by the time she started working, but an entire month went by and we were no closer to finding them.
Good morning, Kanata-san.
Morning, Riko!
The weather today is beautiful.
In 1 month, Riko learned everything that had to be learned about the house. One of her responsibilities was waking me up in the mornings, and she'd always appear just as I opened my eyes. Good morning, Dad. Good morning, Mom. Morning.
Morning. You look fresh, as always.
Yeah.
Thanks to Riko, no doubt.
No. At first, my parents were surprised at how I'd brought home a high school girl. But now they really like how hardworking and full of energy she is. The other servants have arranged the environment to make it easier for her to work.
I've prepared some tea.
Thank you. It smells nice.
This is a Sri Lankan tea gifted to us by our guests.
The tea is delicious and Riko's so cute. What a fantastic morning.
I'm very happy to hear that.
I'm sure your father and mother will be back soon.
Yes.
Hey, check it out. That girl is still at the school. She's broke, right? I can't believe I'm going to the same school as her.
I can't believe I'm at a school with people who would say something like that. Look, Ran. Huh? The roses have blossomed. Riko, you're such a strong person. No, I don't think so. Of course you are. I've never heard you speak badly about your parents. Why would I speak badly of them? My father paid for my schooling up front. That's the only reason why I can still come. It's true I was looking forward to the 7-day trip to Paris, but there's no way I can pay for it myself. Why don't you try asking the Okochi family?
No way! Even if they did lend me the money, I'd have no way to pay it back.
Uh-huh.
One day, the girl from the Omiai meeting came to my house. Oh, so she's from the same high school as Riko.
My daughter says she would really like to talk to you, as last time she didn't get a chance.
Right.
Have you been to Paris, Kanata-san?
Yeah?
We're going to Paris on our next school trip. If you have any recommendations, I'd love to hear them.
Yeah,
Excuse me? Did you call for me?
Why didn't you tell me about the school trip?
I mean...
When's the last day to pay for it? I'll cover it.
No, I wouldn't be able to pay you back.
I don't want you to pay me back. I can't let you not go on your school trip.
You're too kind. This can't go on. If he's this insistent I go on my school trip, let me pay for it with my body.
Riko?
There's nothing else I can offer you.
No, I'm not accepting that.
You're right. Let's pretend this conversation never happened.
Riko? Riko left the room. Next day, Riko worked as usual, but avoided making eye contact with me. I realized my desire to help her was putting a lot of pressure on her.
Kanata-san deserves a real lady, like Ran. Someone as poor as me doesn't even have the right to have feelings for him.
With no options left, the school trip was just around the corner. And then one day, a couple I'd never met came to the house.
Mother! Father!
Riko!
Riko, I'm sorry. I am so sorry.
It's okay now. They were Riko's parents. Her father, who was a jeweler, had gone to a gem mining site to rebuild his business, and there, he struck a mountain rich with gems. He made enough money to continue his previous lifestyle and had returned to Japan. Thank you for looking after our daughter. My parents had found Riko's parents through their connections, and had promised them they'd look after her until their business was stable.
So the reason I couldn't call you was because you were abroad.
Sorry for making you worry.
It's okay.
Do you have any idea how worried she was?
Kanata-san.
I know this doesn't excuse my actions, but I've paid for your school trip.
What? You have fun with all your friends, okay?
This must have been when Riko finally felt relieved. Riko's eyes began to water. Good for you, Riko.
Kanata-san, thank you so much for everything.
A few days later, Riko left our house.
I wonder what she's doing now.
Oh, I'm sure she's living happily. My parents were suffering from Riko withdrawal, as was I. Yep.
Kanata-san?
Riko?
I brought you gifts from Paris.
The moment I saw her happy face, I wanted to see you.
Huh?
I've wanted to hug you for so long now.
Kanata-san, me too.
Looks like there's no more need for omiyais.
Yes, I feel like I have a daughter.
Riko is so earnest regardless of the circumstances, and I intend to take good care of her forever.
Hello! Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. See you all next time.